pemerintahan Malaysia amat bergantung kepada dasar-dasar yang digubalkan. Dasar-dasar tersebut ditentukan oleh banyak faktor, antaranya ialah kepentingan nasional. Malaysia relies on international trading to stabilize national economy. Selain itu, Malaysia mengikut panduan Persatuan Bangsa-Bangsa Bersatu (PBB). Malaysia follows the United Nations way to govern, which is to maintain peace and preserve human rights. Dasar-dasar Malaysia juga mempunyai prinsip-prinsip yang dijadikan panduan pertualan. Yang pertamanya, prinsip adalah untuk berbaik-baik dengan negara lain. Malaysia wishes to settle any disputes between countries peacefully through peace talks and summits. Malaysia juga memandangkan penting tidak campur tangan dalam hal ehwal negara lain. Malaysia believes that every country has its own rights to govern themselves and settle internal affairs without the meddling of other countries. Malaysia merupakan salah satu ahli dalam pertubuhan ASEAN. ASEAN adalah Association of Southeast Asia Nations. ASEAN merupakan antaranya cara Malaysia dan Indonesia bekerjasama dalam berbagai bidang seperti pendidikan, telekomunikasi, perindustrian, pertanian dan perikanan. Through ASEAN, Malaysia gained many connections with neighboring countries such as Indonesia, Singapore and Thailand, to name a few. These connections help to feed the economic growths of all evolving countries in every aspect, from industrial to agriculture and to many more. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Isu-isu antara Malaysia dan Indonesia. Hubungan Malaysia dan Indonesia. Bersamaan antara Indonesia dan Malaysia, terutamanya dalam aspek kebudayaan yang amat rapat. Hubungan kebudayaan antara kedua-dua masyarakat sedikit sebanyak agak terganggu, beri ikutan munculnya berbagai sentimen hingga menimbulkan perbezaan bersisi dan salah faham. Sebaliknya, Indonesialah sebutan sayang malah sebahagian masyarakat Indonesia di Malaysia berasa bangga dengan sebutan tersebut. Hal ini kerana sebutan Indon adalah untuk membezakan dengan orang Filipino dari Filipina dan orang Thai atau Siang dari Thailand atau orang Kem dari Kamboja. Kami pun panggil orang Cina, orang Malay dan orang Indian. Solusi ini permasalahan ini dapat diselesaikan dengan segera apabila Menteri Penerangan Malaysia Datuk Seri Zainuddin Martin menyeru warga dan media Malaysia untuk tidak menggunakan perkataan Indon yang dinilai menyakiti masyarakat Indonesia.
Hubungan Malaysia dan Indonesia dalam bidang pekerjaan. Tenaga kerja Indonesia has become an important issue in both countries. From 1980s to 1990s, Malaysia saw an economic growth, development and industrialization. With a large population and abundant workforce, Indonesian workers began to regard Malaysia as an attractive destination to work in means to improve their economic condition. In 1997, both Indonesia and Malaysia were in financial crisis, which was spawned by the fall of Suharto regime. Large number of Indonesians lost their jobs and they started working in Malaysia, in which many of them were illegal. Many worked up to 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, with only a wage of 400 to 600 a month. Some of them even suffered from sexual and physical assault. In 2009, Indonesia stopped sending migrant workers in Malaysia until both countries agreed on how to protect them. Indonesians sent their workers back to Malaysia in December 2011 after the two countries signed a memorandum on workers' protection in April. Hubungan Malaysia dan Indonesia dalam bidang pendidikan. As of 2012, about 6,000 Malaysians are studying in Indonesia, and as of October 2017, about 9,000 Indonesians are studying in higher education in Malaysia all over the world. Hubungan Malaysia dan Indonesia dalam bidang perdagangan dan ekonomi. The two countries enjoy a significant trade relationship. Overall, a bilateral trade has grown steadily over the years, in which both countries have seen a significant improvement. In 2013, Malaysia accounted for about 2.5% in Indonesia's total FDI inflow. The following year, it has doubled up to 6.2%. Indonesia has enjoyed steady growth in foreign direct investment over the past few years. The primary contributors have been Japan, Singapore, and Malaysia, with Malaysia's contribution being up to insignificant until recently. Indonesia accounts approximately about 4.9% of Malaysia's export market and 4.5% of Malaysia's import market, while Malaysia makes up to 4.2% of Indonesia's export market and 6.9% of its import market.
In order to safeguard the interests and safety of foreign workers from Indonesia, Malaysia government have come up with a few rules and regulations. For example, Immigration Act of 1959/63 to ensure foreign workers legally cross Malaysian borders. Standard minimum housing and necessity requirements for Worker Act 1990 was imposed to ensure workers' housing areas and necessity are well provided. The relationship between Malaysia and Indonesia can also be improved in terms of education. For example, organizing collaboration among Indonesia and Malaysia universities. This can be seen where students of Sultan Idris Education University, Perak, Malaysia, and their practical teaching in Palembang, Indonesia, with the collaboration of Sriwijaya University. According to Malaysia Qualification Agency, student from senior high school in Indonesia is equivalent to high school certificate (STPM) in Malaysia. This means that the graduate of SMA can continue their bachelor's degree in Malaysia. It is likewise for students from Malaysia to have their studies in Indonesia. To improve the relationship in terms of tourism, there can be joint promotion and start pilot projects where a few destinations within ASEAN can collaborate as sister cities. For example, to be paired with direct flights. With direct flights, tourists can save time in travelling and spend more time visiting and exploring the country. Local tourist areas can also build tourist service centres to promote local businesses, provide trusted information for tourists, and offer specific services like free internet, ATM, convenience stores. With this, we can improve the relationship between Indonesia and Malaysia.